So we finally got a little red in the stock market, guys, which, believe it or not, that's healthy. It's good to see some pullbacks in the stock market. I know a lot of you just want to see it go up, up and away day after day after day, which, to be honest, it has been over the last couple of weeks. But we were due for a pullback like what we got today. And by the way, we still had a great week despite the pullback. The market still had a pretty good week, but we can see here a lot of the gains were given back today, especially on the S&P, which closed the week looking at SPY at $739 after hitting $749 yesterday. We actually had a 1.2% red day today as the Qs went down just about 1.5%. We hit $707 per share. That's where we closed. And yesterday's all-time high was right around 722. So this also gave back a good chunk of the gains from this week. As let's see here, the Dow Jones went down just over 1%. Also, it gave back a good chunk of gains, down about 1.4% from the highs from yesterday, where we hit what, 50,200 points, and the Russell got hit the most, guys, and this actually might have been red on the week. The Russell hit 72 yesterday, and today we got down all the way to 2790, back in the high 27s, actually breaking through the lows from a couple of days ago. Not ideal on the Russell. So again, we were due for a shakeout. The AI stocks, the memory stocks, the semis got way too hot, and the market was due for a pullback, for a shakeout, profit taking, whatever you want to call it. It was Friday. A lot of options were expiring. A lot is going on in this market, And let's start off this video with the hottest ETFs out there, the semiconductor ETFs. Looking at stocks, this went down over 4%. You guys see a little bit of a double top forming at 533, a little bit in the short term. So clearly we have some sort of resistance at this point, and now we're back under 510. We closed at 507 on the day, again down 20 bucks. 4% on the day. And with that being said, we're still maintaining the 50 moving average. We're right around it on this 4-hour chart. Same thing on, if we pull up DRAM, this memory ETF, it's right around that 50 moving average. And just like stocks, we're seeing a bit of a double top here at 55, 56, which is, a sign that momentum is slowing down momentarily. But like I said in previous videos, guys, when you're in a ridiculous bull market like this, when momentum's through the roof, there are going to be time periods where it slows down, it gathers itself, it consolidates a little bit, and that could be for a couple of days, a week, 2 weeks, before it ends up going higher. And that's what I think's happening right now. We had a ridiculous run from May 1st to literally May 10th in these stocks, these memory stocks. Now they're starting to consolidate, gather themselves a little bit before I think they're going higher, right? These include Micron. These include SanDisk. I mean, look at Micron today, guys. It got hit to 724, 7% red day, and it's actually down even more in the aftermarket, down to 720. And we called this out. Did we not talk about this a couple of days ago when we saw those explosive moves? We were calling for this to cool off, for it to pull back. Profit taking is going to come in, and that's what's been going on, guys. And I'm not saying the move's done. All I'm saying is, again, it's slowing down, consolidation's occurring. We're gathering ourselves here before I think it's going higher. And I still think Micron is going to 1,000, guys, but it might not be getting there as soon as some of you think. You know what I mean? And if you look at the SMH ETF, which is, let's see here, another semiconductor ETF. This one's down about 25 bucks from highs, about 4 or 5%, and it's also maintaining the critical moving averages here, looking good as ever. So what's the worry about? There shouldn't be any worry out there, guys. If anything, you should be, looking at some dips here on certain stocks. I think Nvidia is one that, personally, I think if it stays around here after earnings, even if it comes down more after earnings, this is going to be a great buy. I think their earnings are going to be phenomenal. Guidance is going to be through the roof, and we're down about $15 to $17 from highs. Great setup into earnings, and again, historically, like we've covered before, it does sell off a bit after earnings. If that happens again, and we can scoop up some Nvidia at 200, 205, 210, I think that's a great spot. Great spot on the dip. That might be the last major dip we get. Major dip before it goes to 250 again, maybe higher. You know what I mean? So Nvidia's unbelievable, unreal momentum in that name. Stocks like Broadcom, all these different stocks pulled back today. Taiwan Semiconductor, you name it, but they're all of them are maintaining their trends, and they look phenomenal. So if you look at the VIX popped a bit today, the volatility index. It went up around 7%, not too bad, but we're almost back to 20 on the VIX, which is not the best spot. I mean, it's not the worst spot either, but once we start creeping up 20, 25 on the VIX towards 30, it starts to get shaky out there. But, the same thing is, or the same thing's true when we get down to 12, 13, 14. It's like, oh, we're getting too low on the VIX here, guys. We're getting too low on the VIX. So now we're starting to creep back up. I'd say, honestly, 18, 19 is a decently healthy spot on the VIX. But once we start breaking 20 towards 25 again, like I said, things start to get a little murky, if you will. So the VIX popped today, 7%. We had oil, both Brent and WTI. Those were up, although they're still very choppy over the last couple of weeks here. We had that initial spike on oil back in the beginning of March, about 2 months ago. And guys, honestly, if you look at the charts, it's been kind of flat since. We've had some pops, we've seen some sell-offs, but overall, oil has still been pretty flat. Same with Brent, same exact thing, right? You guys are seeing it, and I guess you could point out a ascending triangle here. Yeah, you could, but we don't want this to play out. I don't want Brent crude oil to break out towards 130, 140, even though that's what the chart is potentially pointing to right now, guys. I don't want that to happen, and I'm sure a lot of you could agree. And looking at some energy ETFs, I know these have cooled off a little bit. Looking at XLE here, we have that head and shoulders that we previously outlined. Now we're starting to run back towards this multi-week high being about 59, 60 bucks a share. We're pretty much there, guys. If I extend this or clear the strong set, you guys can see 59, 60 bucks. That's been resistance for about 2.5 months, other than that one-off run to $64. So for me, XLE is actually getting ready for another move, it looks like. We have a bit of a cup handle right here, cup and handle. If this thing cleanly breaks $60, guys, we might be able to get a move back to 64 based on the charts here. It looks like it might get there, and we're gaining momentum as of the last couple of days. Yeah, we are a bit overbought here. RSI's at 81 on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, that's pretty overbought. But, man, with oil being where it's at, if that creeps up a little bit more, if that triangle breaks out on Brent crude oil, XLE could be gearing up for this gap to fill to $65 a share. What do you guys think? But overall, that's where we're at. We had a nice red day. The metal sold off as well. Silver had a big 10% drawdown, massive drawdown, and now it's kind of the moment of truth for the bulls on silver. What are we going to do here at this trend line? Do we hold 76, start going back to 80? Do we break back over 80? That needs to happen for the bulls here after this bad of a red day. Gold also had a red day, 3%. No doubt the metals have been losing steam a bit here over the last couple of months. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and we might as well wrap it up there. Hit the like button. Don't panic. This is nothing. Simple little pullback. I'm sure nobody's actually panicking, but let me know your thoughts in the comments and join my Patreon. If you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my private Discord, that's all linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.